that everything was kind of on the table as far as changes. Without giving too much away, can you share anything about what tweaks you might make to kind of get things jump started on y'all's end going into Game 4?
Sarah, I don't know how that's possible without giving anything away. I won't talk about adjustments. We know we need to make some adjustments and we need to be better out there. And we will do that. We will make some adjustments, but I won't talk about adjustments today.
Allison Mastrangelo.
I know it's a best of 7 series, but do you guys feel like that this is a must win for you guys because you don't want to go back to Philly down 3-1?
Well, it's. I think all games are must wins. If we don't get tomorrow night, we still have another chance in Philly. But certainly, you want to try to take advantage of your home court tomorrow night. That's the game plan, is to win this game. You win the game tomorrow night, guarantees that you will have another game in your building. So it becomes a new series. So that's our focus. We're not worried about the game after this. The focus is to be better tomorrow night and, try to take advantage of home court.
Terrence Moore.
All right, Nate. I know you said you weren't going to talk about adjustments, but when you lose a guy like DeAndre Hunter, would those adjustments become more prevalent or less prevalent, about the same, or what would you say?
Absolutely. That's a challenge, but we've had to deal with that really all season with guys being in and out of the lineup. Dre is no question a big loss for us, but he's gone. He's out. And, he's done. And what we have to do is what we've done all season long. It's next man up. And, we have some other options that we can go to. And we will, as I said the other day, we'll look at everything. We'll look at all of our options, far as how we adjust with our lineup that's starting and coming off the bench.
Mark Narducci.
Nate, has it concerned you at all how much Trey has had to work, especially when they're trapping him up high during the series?
Well, what they've done is they've basically put a bigger defender on Trey, and that's they're starting out with Ben on Trey. I mean, Trey has had to work hard really this entire season. He's just been that guy who has established us, far as our tempo. That's what he does. He's probably the guy, or I wouldn't even say probably, he is the guy that starts our action mostly on the offensive end of the floor. So I don't think is how hard he has to work. It's not like they're pressuring him up on the floor. I think he's seen more aggressive defensive strategies against him. Basically, they put a bigger guard on him. And they're containing him. They're trying to keep him in front and not allow him to get into the paint. So I think he's had to go against even more aggressive defenders than what he's seen in the last 2 games.
Thank you.
Yep.
Charles Odom.
Speaking of adjustments, the 76ers obviously now don't have Danny Green for the series. Since that injury occurred so early in the game, did that give you a good feel for how you think they will adjust, and so how you have to prepare for a lineup without Danny Green?
Yeah, there's several different ways they could go. Korkmaz played a lot more minutes when Danny went out, but they, Doc will do what's best for his team, as far as starting a group and trying to keep his bench intact. So we know there are several options they could go to, and we just have to be ready for whatever adjustment that they make. But I don't think because Green went out and the starting lineup that they came out with in the third quarter guarantees that that's the lineup that they're going to start tomorrow night. He has a few guards a few ways he could go, with that starting unit, and whether he wants to put a shooter out there or put another defender out there. He has that option with his roster.
Kevin Chenard.
Having gone from a game up in the series to a game down in the series, how do you keep a mental edge?
Those are things we talked about. This team has never experienced this, and what we have to do is continue to believe. We have to continue to believe that they did what we did. They got the first game in our building. We got the first game in their building. And what we have to do is get tomorrow night's game. So continue to believe that you're still in this fight. It's a lot of basketball left in this series. And they did what we did. They came to Atlanta and they got the first game here in our building. Now what we have to do is respond and get game 2 here.
If I could ask a follow-up, is it fair to say that if you have everybody healthy on your roster, the best counter to having a bigger player guard Trey is to have DeAndre Hunter attack somebody who's smaller guarding him?
I mean, we don't have it.
I know you don't have it. I'm just.
You don't have it.
Okay.
So really to answer that, I can't.
Okay.
Last 2, first from Sarah and then from Davide.
Hey, Nate. I know after game 3, you mentioned not being able to get enough stops and then kind of get something easy out in transition. Just what do you want to see from the guys defensively in game 4?
Well, again, I think it really starts for us on the defensive end of the floor. We are not stopping them. They're shooting a high percentage. They're very efficient in what they are doing. So defensively, we're not getting those stops. We're not defending the paint as well as we need to. Pretty much those guys are scoring. It's not just Embiid. It's Harris and Seth. Those guys. Shake has come off the bench and put some points on the board. So we just have to get back to being disciplined defensively. Get stops. Okay, defend our paint, do the things that we've been doing all season long, do a better job of defending the paint, forcing misses, and then hopefully that will allow us to get out into transition and get and play before they can set their defense.
I did have one follow-up. Was Cam able to do anything more in practice today?
No, pretty much it's the same thing. He did some shooting. The last 2 days, basically shooting, nothing live.
Thank you.
Yes.
Davide.
Hey, Coach. You experimented a little bit in Game 3. Among the things you tried is Gallo in a unit with Collins and Capella. What did you see in that front court that might help you going on with this series?
Well, that was an opportunity to put more size out on the floor against them. This is a big team. And, as we just mentioned, without Dre being out there, we are a little smaller guarding these guys. And, so you're either going to go small to try to take advantage of your speed, or you go bigger to somewhat match up with them. And we played that lineup probably last, 7 or 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. I have never played that lineup, this season, but I wanted to take a look at putting a little bit more size out there. And I think we can go to that. It didn't look bad, but that's an option.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you.